Hello, my name is Lexi Sandoval, and I'm doing my project on the Bloody Benders for Kansas History HG322. So this takes place a few years after the Civil War. The government took the Osage Indians and put them in what is now Oklahoma. Therefore, there is lots of land available in Kansas. 5 families move into one area of Kansas, of Labette County. They are all spiritualists. A spiritualist is a system of religious practice based on supposed communication with the spirits of the dead, especially through mediums. The Bender family was one of those 5 families. The Bender family consisted of John Bender, who was called Pa, and was said to be an old man who was mean and had a German accent. Nobody knew specifically where he was from, but they were suspicious he was either from Germany or Holland. Ma Bender was said to be a mean old lady and had sinister eyes. It was said that she had gone through 5 failed marriages and had been widowed all 5 times. All of her husbands had died mysteriously. Daughter Kate Bender was 22 to 23 years old and was said to be beautiful, social, outgoing, and a self-claimed psychic and healer, and also held seances. John Bender Jr. was in his mid-20s and was handsome, but had a tendency to giggle at random times and at inappropriate things, which questioned his intellectual ability. The Bender family claimed 160 acres and set a homestead alongside the Osage Trail. They had a vegetable garden and a log cabin that was 1 bedroom split in half. The front half was a restaurant and the back half was their living quarters. People could sleep if they needed to at the Bender house. There were rumors that Kate and John Bender Jr. acted like husband and wife instead of brother and sister. There had been 3 different accounts of people's bodies showing up dead near the trail, but that was not uncommon for travelers. People were looking to settle in Kansas and came across robbers, animals, and people got lost or either starved or died of dehydration. There were no suspicions, just everyday events. Dr. William Henry York sold horses and carriages to a friend after his wife died. He sought to go to Iowa with his baby girl to be with his parents, but he never returned. York went on the Osage Trail to look for him and never made it home. Dr. York had 2 powerful brothers, Colonel York and Kansas State Senator York. The colonel sought to look for his brother and came across the Bender home and asked Ma Bender if he had been at their inn, and she admitted that he was there only for one night, but she was not aware of where he went after he had checked out. She suggested maybe the Indians got him. Colonel York stuck around town for a while and heard that Ma Bender had pulled a knife on a lady and was acting irrational. People began to suspect something was wrong. People had thought it was Indians killing the travelers, but in actuality, they had something else awaiting them. Because there were so many people missing, the town decided to do a search at every homestead, and the Benders fled and left their cabin abandoned. Only food and personal possessions were gone. Officers showed at the Bender home and found there to be a horrible smell that was coming from the cellar. They opened the cellar and there was clotted blood at the bottom of it. The house was torn apart, but there were no bodies found. People noticed their garden and orchard were always freshly plowed. Therefore, officers searched those 2 spots and they found a total of 9 people in the ground and 1 person in the well. The bodies were indecently mutilated, including young children and women. Witnesses said that the Bender family would get Kate to distract them and sit at a place of honor with dinner. This was where the cellar was in front of the canvas, and they would be hit in the back of the head with a sledgehammer, and the women would slit their throat, rob them, and bury them. It is unclear of how many people they murdered, but it is estimated from 20 to 21 people because of the amount of body parts that were found after the search. Nothing remained and the house was taken over by souvenir keepers. There's a lot of speculation where the Benders had fled, but nobody knew. They successfully got away with numerous murders and had no regard for human life at all. They killed for pleasure and left their bodies in the dirt.